Oh my god, this is huge. Look guys, this is so crazy. I mean, look at this. This looks like a 500-inch image. Absolutely crazy. This is literally nuts. This is so crazy. Look at this, guys. Oh my god, this is look, this is pretty unbelievable. You can have really a home cinema outside with just that tiny little thing.
Guys, welcome to another video, and today we're talking about projectors. But not the projectors I usually review. Today we're talking about portable projectors, not much bigger than a can of beer. So the projectors here are from Nebula. We have here the Capsule 3 and the Mairs 3 Air. Both are projectors with pretty premium build quality, amazing image quality and a built-in battery, so you can take them everywhere you go. So let's have a closer look and let's check them out. Well, so let's get started, and it is really crazy. Now this is my hand and that are the projectors. So really tiny but quite powerful. So let's have a closer look at the tiny one first, and this one here is called the Nebula Capsule 3. So this is, if you want to call it, like a Google TV pocket cinema, because on the top here we have capacitive touch buttons. There is a remote control included, but you don't need to use it. There is also capacitive touch buttons here, so if you forget the remote at home, don't worry about that. You can control it also from here. Remote control comes with batteries. It's basically the same remote control you can find on the other projector, and comes with all the essential functions like to navigate, go to the settings, volume adjustment. There's also a microphone included in the remote for Google commands, and also one button to adjust the keystone correction, so it does everything automatically and you get the perfect image just with one tap on the remote. Now let's have a closer look at the projector. Let's talk a little bit specs. We have 200 lumens. That doesn't sound a lot in the projector world, but it is a super tiny form factor and it is battery powered. So for that, 200 lumens is a lot. Also, it's native 1080p resolution, so no bullshit upscaling something. This is really 1080p. And 8-watt speakers. 8 watt also doesn't sound that much, but it can fill a room. We have 52 watt hours of battery, which equals around 2.5 hours playtime in battery mode. If you crank it up to maximum brightness standard mode, well, it's still over an hour, so you can watch a full movie on that even in maximum brightness. Also in 3 seconds it adjusts autofocus and auto keystone, and we have a bunch of connectivity possibilities. There's also an aux port right over here. Full-size HDMI port, no micro HDMI or something small that breaks. This is great. USB port to connect accessories or even a USB drive with files or movies, and a Type-C port to charge it. So included you will find a little Type-C adapter. Basically you can also run it from a power bank as long as your power bank is strong enough, and this one here has an output of 45 watts maximum. So even if you have a strong power bank, you can run the projector off a power bank, which is crazy for instance camping where you don't have electricity. There's a little camera. This is basically for the automatic adjustment. It will project the test image, scan it with the camera and correct it, and it works super fast. We have also a tripod mount, so you can just get a little tripod. I even tried it on a really tiny tripod that you can fold to this size, and it is symmetrical. You can place it on basically everything. That's really great. We have here the infrared port, then here for Bluetooth speaker, and here to turn it on. And we can even turn it on right now. It has still charge. You just press it. There's also an LED here, and boom, there you go. You're ready to project. And guys, this is really crazy if you think about how small that thing is. Now let's come to the bigger brother, which is the Mairs 3 Air. Here we're talking about also 1080p resolution, but double the peak brightness of 400 lumens. Also, it has a built-in battery, which supports also 2.5 hours of playtime in the battery mode. It has more immersive sound because it has 2 times 8 watts, and it supports also Dolby Digital Plus audio. And the rest of the features are pretty much similar. It also features Google TV. Both of the projectors are fully certified. That is something that is really unique, because on cheap Chinese projectors you have Android TV with without any licenses, without any certifications, and then you run Netflix in 720p, which just looks really terrible. But here, full Netflix certification, you can watch everything in full HD and get the best image quality out of it. Let's have a closer look at the ports. Here it's a little bit different. We have, first of all, also here the reset port on the back. We have an aux port again, full-size HDMI, USB, and instead of Type-C, we have a DC input. Because if you look at the power supply, of course, it takes more power than the small Capsule 3. We're looking here at 90 watts output at 19 volts. So basically any kind of notebook power supply, 19 volts of the big ones, could also run this projector. And with a power station, even for camping, even the bigger one works pretty well as long as you have a converter. So on the top we have here physical buttons, which is for me nicer to press and navigate than the touch buttons on the Capsule 3, but basically the same buttons as you will find there as well. Here we have also LED indicator, and here a little handle so you can carry it around, and this is really satisfying. Now, speaker output here and here on the left side in stereo, Dolby Digital Plus support, and on the bottom here also a tripod mount where you can put in, for instance, a quick mount to quickly switch between different places, different rooms or whatever, or just put any kind of tripod. Also, it has the camera here for the auto image correction, and the build quality on those projectors is fantastic. Now, of course, they're a bit more expensive than other small portable projectors, but you're also getting really good build quality and a certified battery with also proper battery monitoring. Alright, that's regarding the projectors. Now you will say, oh yeah, nothing special on there, but there is something special because it's Google TV with official Netflix, no workarounds, and this is the world's first projector with built-in Netflix that's all working without any special tweaks or workarounds which you need to use. So you just plug it in and you're ready to go to watch in the best quality. And that's really important. Now, talking about watching in quality, let's just hook it up and let's do a little test. Well guys, it's time for a quick walkthrough through Google TV, the Projectors operating system. And Google TV is basically the same on both projectors, so absolutely the same features, same app functionality. And Google TV is pretty amazing. Now, there are some projectors out there that come with Android TV included, with older versions of Android TV without certificates, which is pretty bad because then sometimes some apps are not supported. You cannot use Netflix in full HD or whatever, it only works in 720p. But on those projectors, there are all the certificates. You can use Netflix, you can use YouTube, Disney+, Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, everything is pre-installed, and that's pretty important. So Google TV is made for consuming media. That means it comes with all those apps, and it will actually suggest you a lot of other streaming apps. So here we have local TV, but even it's powerful enough to play the basic games on Google TV, including Asphalt 8. So let's have a closer look. Now, first of all, here you have your home screen with all the apps. You have all the apps here. You can search here for new apps. They're filtered here in categories, and you have here the library. If we go to the settings here, it gets a bit more interesting because here we also have some projector settings. So let's check it out. First of all, you can switch here between the inputs. Now, as you can see, you can also stream from your network. So I can use my phone as an input, or I can switch here to HDMI, and it will scan for an HDMI signal so I can connect the gaming console or whatever, and even play on the go. We also have here several shortcuts. We have a quick toggle for Wi-Fi and the projector settings, which is basically the most important thing. In here we have the image correction. Now, it does the auto keystone adjustment, so you can also do that by pressing just a simple button on the remote. Then it will adjust the image. If you move the projector, you just press the button, it takes 3 seconds, you have a perfectly straight image. Also, the projector does it automatically at startup or even after it detects a movement. So if someone runs into the projector, it will then recenter and recalibrate it by itself. There's also the auto screen fit. For instance, if you're using a screen, it will automatically fill as much as possible from the screen and also make sure it doesn't go over the screen. There's also auto obstacle avoidance. If there's a plant in the picture, it will basically make the picture smaller and put it somewhere else. And also you can do a manual keystone correction. Like if you're for some reason not happy with the automatic adjustment, you can always do the manual one. So you have your 4 corners here, and you can set them however you want to really achieve a perfect image. But the auto calibration is doing such a good job, I actually never needed that. And this is the one-click image calibration. You can do it here, or you press that one button on your remote control and it will correct the image automatically. Last but not least, there's also zooming in there. So if you want the picture smaller, you can make it smaller, or here back to the 100%, which is actually the default settings. Further in the advanced settings, you also have many things to tweak your projector. Also here, clear cache, really important. If something is getting slow, if something is messed up, here is with one click you can clear the cache of the projector of Google TV and to get everything back in the fluid state. And as you can see, it is super fast. Now, I was even selling Android TVs and it is ridiculous how slow Android TV was sometimes. But here, this is super smooth, switching between the apps, navigating through the menu. It's even smoother than on a Fire TV stick. So this is really, really amazing. So let's go here to the settings. There's just one more thing I want to show you. And here you have display and sound. So here you have the picture settings. So here you can adjust the brightness. Currently here at 100%, but you can go down with the brightness, and also you can switch between the modes. Now, when you are not connected to a power outlet, it will automatically switch into eco mode, but you can also use the standard mode, but of course this reduces the battery life, but it gives you the full brightness of the projector. And here you have also a manual brightness adjustment. So you can also switch that auto mode off if you want to. There are different picture modes in there, like movie, conference or custom. I usually keep it at standard. For me, that looks the best and there's nothing to tweak here. There are also different sound settings, so you can switch equalizers between movie, music, outdoors, or set your custom equalizer. And also, if there is some delay, you can adjust the speaker delay to match the lip sync, but actually I never needed that settings. And the projector even supports ARC, so you can connect a sound bar to it. The audio output, you can also activate Dolby Digital and Dolby Digital Plus here. So this is also pretty amazing. So if you have a compatible soundbar, you will find the setting in here. So let's open up YouTube and let's check this out. Here is some 4K movie. The projector is a native 1080p projector. That means that also in YouTube, the maximum you can configure is 1080p, but trust me guys, even though it's 1080p, it's not 4K. In that price range, that's pretty good, and the image looks stunning. We're looking here at 100 inches plus, and at 1080p that looks really sharp and nice. You can see it even here in the camera. So let's check out this video quality. I will now show you some sample movies here on YouTube and you can judge for yourself.
To reveal an entire universe of color you've never experienced in the cinema.
But guys, what about gaming? Now those projectors are fantastic to take them over to friends to throw a multiplayer party. And I have my Steam Deck currently connected. You can also connect a Nintendo Switch or whatever, because it has a full-sized HDMI port. Both projectors have a full-sized HDMI port, so you can basically connect whatever you want. So the Steam Deck is currently connected with an HDMI to USB 3 cable, and let's start Hogwarts and let's check out how it feels. Alright, so here we go. We're now in the game and I don't really feel a delay. Now this is pretty much a slow RPG game, so here some stick delay you wouldn't really notice. We'll after play a game which is a bit faster, like a racing game, but oh my gosh, this is so great. Now just coming from the small Steam Deck screen to this huge 100-inch plus screen, this feels absolutely badass. Now image quality is pretty good, so also shadows and the details, it looks everything looks nice. Even those dark scenes, this is very challenging for projectors to get the details right, but I feel very comfortable playing it. But now I would say let's switch to a fast racing game, because I want to see the difference how it feels to play on the projector if you need really fast inputs. So guys, we're playing Car X. This is a drift simulator, and from the stick input it feels pretty good. I don't really notice a lag. Now of course it doesn't feel that smooth like on the internal screen or a high frame rate computer screen, but it's very well playable. So if you want to throw a Nintendo Switch party on a big screen with some friends, then it's definitely nice to bring over the projector, and also for gaming I think it gets the job done. So guys, I now have both projectors side by side. On the left the Nebula Capsule 3 and on the right the Nebula Mairs 3 Air. And yeah, you can definitely see the difference in terms of peak brightness. So we're looking at 400 lumen on the right, 200 lumens on the left, especially in this picture where it's the same picture you saw. On the right it's definitely brighter. Now, if your room is really pitch dark, also both are really doing a really good job. But if you have a little bit of extra light coming in, of course the 400 lumens is doing much better. But if it's really completely dark, the difference is not that much. However, in terms of detail, you will have definitely more detail on the Mairs 3 Air because of the higher brightness. But now let's check this out. Let's play a movie side by side so you can see the actual difference. And yeah, let's go. Now guys, both of the projectors are also Netflix certified. That means you can watch in the highest quality available. So native 1080p, not 720p like on some other cheap Chinese projectors with Android TV. So this is really a big plus. Also there is Apple TV on there, so I've even logged in already into Apple TV. I don't have Disney Plus, but if you want to, there's Disney Plus, there is the Zone, there is Prime Video. So basically everything that you can install, it works in the highest quality, and that's something that's really important. And this is because those are official projectors with Google TV that have all the certifications for all the streaming apps to really give you the highest quality available. So guys, we just tried out the projector inside, but it's now dark. So let's go outside and let's try the projector. And my neighbors will probably think I'm crazy, but I don't really care what they're thinking anymore. And as you can see, you can just take it and run around with it and basically project on any wall, and it will automatically, doesn't matter where you point it, it will adjust the image. So let's now go outside and let's try this out. I'm really curious. Well, and here just to see the maximum size this thing can do. So we're now around 5-6 meters away, and this is crazy. Now this is a window of my office, and you see it's like 3 meters high, 6 meters wide. So that's pretty crazy. Now my house is gray. As you can see on a gray background, you will have it of course darker, but once you have a white background, like this stripe here is white, if you have for instance a canvas or something, it is perfectly fine. You see the image looks really good. But just on a dark wall, of course it will be dark because the light is absorbed, but if you just project on any white wall or canvas, you actually get a pretty good image. And also full HD on that size, it doesn't even look too bad. It just depends how far you're going to be away from the picture. Okay, wow, so the bigger projector, as you can see, there's a big difference in terms of brightness. So the image is much brighter, but it can project basically the same size, but you definitely notice the 400 lumens compared to the 200 lumens. But for an outside party, I think this one would be the way to go. Absolutely crazy image. And really it doesn't even matter how you place it, even totally not straight facing up, it will give you a straight image, even though the image would be like this. But as you can see, this is the cropped out image. So it is pretty stunning now that auto adjustment is doing a really great job. So guys, we're now here at the end of this video, and here comes my personal opinion. Now when it comes to screens and projectors, I'm kind of an enthusiast here. So in my home I have 3 UST projectors, also when it comes to screen, OLED screens, etc. But for projectors, I really didn't expect that those small form factor portable screens can actually get really decent image quality. Now I was looking for something like this, so for instance for movie nights with my daughter, because she turns now 2 and sometimes she wants to watch a movie, and in the summer we want to do it outside. But those big UST projectors, I can never carry them outside. But with those projectors, it is simply amazing. I mean, the Capsule 3 it's even tinier than a big can of beer, and it has a built-in battery. I don't need to get any electricity because the runtime is definitely enough for watching a kids movie. And even for longer movies, you can even supply it from a power bank. So that is really amazing because it runs on USB Type-C. Now, when it comes to the Mairs 3 Air, you're definitely looking at a higher peak brightness, which also results in definitely better image quality. And also if you're watching some really dark movies, it definitely looks better on the Mairs 3 Air. Also the sound quality, now if you really have a lot of people, a huge room, it sounds better. It's 2 times the power of the Capsule 3, so we have 2 times 8 watts, which is definitely more powerful, has more kick. The only thing is you cannot supply this with USB-C power. So in terms of being very portable, well, you have to rely on the internal battery or then just find a power outlet. Of course, nowadays there are power stations with a 230 volt outlet, so that's also possible. So there are endless possibilities. But if you really want to be super portable, I think the Capsule 3 is an amazing product. I didn't know that something like this existed. And the Mairs 3 Air is definitely a projector which I can see in your home, using it as a regular projector. And whenever you want to take it outside or take it to friends or take it to a different room, you just grab it on the handle and you go and put it somewhere else. And with one button on that auto keystone adjustment, you have the perfect image anywhere. So both of the projectors are really amazing. For me, the Mairs 3 Air is definitely something I will use in my home. And the Capsule 3, it is really perfect for camping, outdoors, whatever. Alright guys, so I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Both are great products. If it's suitable for you, feel free to check out the link down below. There are also still some discounts, so make sure to check it out. Absolutely great priced for that performance you get and the usability. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment down below. As always guys, I'm Steven from TechMagnet and I'm signing out. Bye.